Can I get a perspective on how you go into any interaction with a female? I go into the interaction feeling myself. You got to, bro. You got to feel good about yourself. I actually think that was a good question. Any interaction ever, anywhere. It's not even just about women. You always make it about women. I feel good. I genuinely feel good to be me. And this I've been like this forever. Forever, bro. And it doesn't have to do with confidence. It doesn't have to do with clout, looks, none of that shit. I just think about this. Put this into perspective, chat. You wake up, you already grateful to be alive. You grateful the sun came up. You already in a good mood. Anytime somebody talk to you or interact with you, they're gonna feel this good mood. They're gonna feel, okay, this dude woke up and he was happy to live today. He was happy to work towards his goals. Excuse me. Dylan, I appreciate the 16 months, man.
All summer 16, 2023.
So you gotta work on your overall like peace and happiness first, bro. And then that's when all your conversations is gonna feel that through you. And then your words is gonna be better. You're gonna pick better words when you talk to people. You're gonna have a higher like self-esteem because you're overall, you just feel good to be alive. Like you just feel good to be you. So that's just, I would say that's the common perspective. I just feel good to be me. So I talk to her, did this go left or it go right? I came in with a smile on my face probably. I came in with good vibes. The vibes was high. I'm bringing that energy into the interaction. It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Beef and chat. Beef for what? Quick question. I can talk to girls just fine and Riz up. I doubt you can, brother. What y'all be thinking is Riz? Be so low. But I get scared. See, if you really had a game, you would never say something like that. But I get scared when I try to walk up to girls and get the number. So I never do it. And you want me to believe you got game. And you scared to give her the opportunity to talk to a king. Make it make sense, brother. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense, man. It just don't make sense to me. There's such thing as too picky when it comes to relationship. No such thing at all. Not at all. Especially when you have a standard. I don't know how I feel like this nigga trolling. He said, just got my T. Henley kit and saw improvements already, bro. Thanks. As you see, man. Look good, feel good, play good. Ain't that what they say? Like, I can send you screenshots. The shit more complicated than you think. He said, man, what do I do about this girl? I want her and she want me, but she don't want commitment and entertain other dudes. No, I know I'm not that guy. I'm on the way there, but it's like she also make comments like, oh, you with your girlfriend and when I don't respond. Why didn't you check her on that? This is why I know y'all just don't have game, bro. Why would you ain't check her on that? Oh, you with your girlfriend? Then you say, like, I can send you screenshots. The shit more complicated than you think, or maybe it isn't. Let me know. I bet you it isn't. Gun to the back of your head, name 10 books. Y'all are losers, man. Y'all are losers. Easiest bit of my life. Have you read Jordan B. Peterson's book? No. Do you avoid political subjects on purpose? I talk about what I care about. So if I don't talk about something, I probably don't care. Avoid political subjects. When have you ever... Let's look at your chat history and see if you've ever asked a political question. You said, it's the last day of school for me and my goal was to get 10 numbers. I've been scary all year. How... You can't make this up. Hold on. Can I pop your chat out? Hold on. Yo, chat, I can't make this up. This nigga asked me, do I avoid political questions? And his last question was, I'm scared to get 10 girls' numbers. Do you avoid political stuff? Nigga, you avoiding pussy! Damn! Yo! Ain't a political question in sight. Bro, y'all can't be real. Y'all cannot be real. Y'all can't be real, chat. We just saw that together, right? We just saw that together, right? Why are you projecting? Nigga, I don't avoid shit, bro. Don't. Whoa, player. You got that shit. Ain't no way that nigga just said that shit to me. Scary all year. And you think you just gonna be Timothy Chalamet at the last day of school. These women have watched you walk past them every day. Put their head down when they look at you because you avoid eye contact. Your voice stutter and quiver when you start talking to them because you're scared of them. And you think on the last day you was about to be him and you're going to ask me if I avoid political subjects? The audacity. The audacity. The audacity. I admire the confidence, brother. I admire it. I really do, chat. I really do. Don't they say don't throw stones in a glass house? Or they say, you know, before you say something about my house, make sure your kitchen is clean or something. Damn, bro. Man, oh man. You worried about the wrong shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. You spend the whole year of your life doing nothing surrounding what you wanted to do. Because obviously you wouldn't care if you ain't mention it again. Right. You spent your whole year doing nothing and try to compensate in one day. Why would you choose to live like that? So you ain't never froze up, bro. Never. Froze up with what? Name a scenario and say freeze up. And I'll tell you why I haven't. Because since a kid, bro, it was always encouraged to challenge our comfort zone. It was always encouraged to go outside. You like that girl, go talk to her. This person disrespects you, handle your business. Yeah, and I'm not saying advocating for violence and fighting, nigga, but this is who I chose to be growing up. I never ran from any fight in my life. I never ducked nobody. I never was scared of nothing. And I always stood my ground 10 toes. This shit is more than content, my nigga. Don't ask me no bitch ass question like that. Froze up for what? You mean sit there and stutter and act scared? For what? For who? Why do you know y'all choose to be weak? Every time you make a weak ass decision, you build that weak ass version of you more and more. Every time. Every time, bro. Every time. Can we see videos of you getting right? What the hell is getting right? Yo, Tom, I'm going to my second year of high school. I'm grounded football all summer and focusing on self-improvement. Lock in, bro. I love to see it. I really do. Damn, bro got fried. But I really wanted to know, like, you ain't never froze up? Like, he said it like freezing up is the norm. Like you said it like freezing, like, oh, man, as men, we all been bitches before, right? Yeah, what, in 4th grade, nigga? Come on, bro. You like, bro, you gotta be a man sometime, bro. Please. Can we get past this bitch ass shit? Like, can you be a man someday, please? Oh my God, man. It's just terrible. Getting right is, I try to want to make my mind go there. Did I just read what I just saw? How do you constantly develop your mouthpiece? You should be developing every day. Like, if I'm a salesman, right? I don't have any days off. My mouth is like a motor. I'm Moon 16. I appreciate the 11 months.
Your love from the Netherlands. Let's do some more dates like last time I fumbled and I need my get back.
I'm going to tell you no. Personally, you no. Appreciate the 11 months, but you personally no. I want you to sit and bask in the moment of regret of that moment you chose to be a loser and say, I can never get back. That's what life will do to you. You fumble, you fuck up, you freeze like somebody said earlier. Well, guess what? The show's over, buddy. The bus is gone. How many times you going to keep fumbling opportunities? When are you going to learn from mistakes? Come on, bro. Bro, I didn't freeze. Did I say you froze? Or did I say I used your word that you said fumble? Shot my shot at a girl and her mom was with her, so I got cock blocked. You ain't do it properly then. You don't know a woman's mom can be the best alley-ooper? What? How old is you, young man? Oh, my daughter, the age, like she would, in the what? Talking about her mom cock blocking you. You ain't got the mouthpiece way. You ain't got the mouthpiece way. Hate to break it to you. Compliment the mom. Okay, let me just chat. Should we go deep? He said compliment the mom. Should I really blow your fucking top off with this answer? Cause it ain't. I don't even ever remember complimenting any woman's mom who has thrown me her daughter. But guess what I did though? I'm gonna blow your top off with this. And I'm gonna go deep with it. We ain't do basic with nothing. I done compliment her physically and say, hey, you look beautiful, Miss Martha, or something like that. Nigga, the kind of man she seen who I was, complimented her daughter's life. That's what it come down to, bro. The kind of man she saw I was, complimented her daughter's life. This dude is respectful. He's smart. He's attractive, or whatever. He's very well spoken. My daughter, you'll be a nice young man for my daughter. I would love to see you with my daughter. I ain't even got to do the convincing. Her mom would already talk it up. I met this such and such guy, and he was. But y'all don't know how to present yourselves. Y'all don't know that. What did I say on the Patreons? Patreon members quote me, because a lot of times I say shit and it just be a freestyle. But I worded it so everybody reacted to it the same. I said something on there like, the moment you as a man realize that every choice you make, every word and sentence you utter out your mouth, you're constantly choosing to represent yourself. Every single sentence is an opportunity for you to represent yourself how you choose to. But oftentimes, a lot of y'all react to fear, emotions, doubt, low self-esteem, or y'all freeze like the other people have said earlier. So you don't even know what you want. You're too scared to go for it. So the only thing you can do is freeze because you can't move forward. That's why you freeze, because you can't step forward. So when you're in that weak ass area, you don't evolve to see, hold on, I'm not a victim of what I want to say. I'm not a victim of somebody else's reaction to what I say. Everything I do, any clothes I put on, how I style my hair, how I choose to look at somebody, for how long, all this shit is my choice. So I'm always constantly presenting myself to the world in whatever way I choose to. See, when y'all think like this, that's how we'll go in and we'll compare 5 text messages from me and you, or this person and that person, and we'll see how within 5 messages this person wasted an entire conversation, talked about nothing, didn't make any impact or impression, had zero substance. And even in your life, what's the last 5 decisions you made? What did they build towards or lead towards? Nothing, because you're a purposeless individual. But when you move with purpose, all your decisions, all of that shit builds to something. Everything is always, you're always playing the game. You're always building something. Always. Child, I don't think y'all get it. This shit ain't no, oh yeah, then I kick back at the end of the day and I'm watching TV. It ain't like that, bro. It ain't like that. Chachinero, I appreciate the 5 gifted subs. And this needs to be a video. I made a whole video on Patreon about this. All I did was give y'all the hook. I gave y'all the hook. This is a whole video on Patreon. And I went in depth. How do you prevent it freezing? Let me go get a water bottle, chat. Any tips on senior year academic wise? Keep it a bean, bro. You asking me in June, so you probably can't even schedule your classes. You probably already got them scheduled. Take as many courses that align with your next level of college. To what major you gonna go into college for, what degree you gonna get. And guess what? I wouldn't even go if I didn't know. I don't know how many times. Y'all know it's something in college called what's the major? It's like what's the degree? Undecided or something? What is it called? What is that shit called? Undecided, right? Am I tripping or that's what it's called? Undecided, right? Somebody confirm this. And this major, no, it's not. Are y'all stupid? General studies is the studies everybody takes. Undecided is when a person has no major. Like, they have no major. Just think about that. Just think about that. What'd you go to school for? My first semester was nursing, and then every semester I had after that, except my last two, which was the fall that just passed and the spring before that, was cell and molecular bio. And then I technically had like a double major because I was in the honors college. I mean, let me just make this point though. I remember being in university, and there's people there who had what's called an undecided major. I would rather work at bro, listen, and this is about to sound crazy. I'd rather get a job than be undecided, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why. College is not free. I mean, I went to college for free, but it's not. Even if I went, bro, listen, this is the point I'm about to make, bro. Me going to school for free was a part of my game plan, and it worked. But guess what? I would even under a free degree, I was not playing without a plan. There's no way I would be taking debt over my head, paying for a degree, paying for classes, and guess what? Investing my time in no direction. Zank, first, I appreciate the Twitch Prime sub.
Just here to learn from
Appreciate it 2 months.
Appreciate the criticism on that question, though. To Dalmoon.
Let me give y'all like perspective of this. Let me give y'all an example. If I'm running on a treadmill at 100 miles per hour and somebody's next to me, we start running at the same time, right? They're next to me, but they're walking 1 footstep every hour. And I'm running on a treadmill 100 miles per hour. Which one of us is going to get further in 5 hours? Who gets further, chat? Me on the treadmill at 100 miles per hour or them on the sidewalk at 1 footstep per hour? Who gets further in 5 hours? Answer this real quick, chat. Let's make this point real quick. Them walking. Yes, the person walking. Yo, one of my mods said 100 miles per hour. How would I get further on a treadmill? Don't you know treadmills run in the same place? Do y'all get it? So even if this person took 1 footstep every hour, they still would get further than me running 10 times as hard on a treadmill because I'm going nowhere. That's what it's like. That's what making decisions that have no direction are like. You're all this effort and you're going nowhere. So honestly, it's better to just stay still and make a plan and have direction before you do anything. The where direction matters. Not necessarily the how or the what, like what it's going to look like whatever. But I at least need some direction. Maybe the direction is something as simple as financial freedom. Like, oh, I want a job that's going to pay me this amount. I want, my degree to open up this many opportunities. I want like you need some kind of direction, bro. Otherwise, you're running on a treadmill at 100 miles per hour. And the reason I said I would never do that in school or in college, right? Or in life in general. Because that shit breeds bad habits. I'm building a habit to where I think it's okay to make decisions without direction. And like I said, the person who makes decisions with no direction is the person running on a treadmill at 100 miles per hour. You're working hard, but you're going nowhere. You know why? Because you're not even thinking about where you're going. You just see you just see the fact that you're running and you think you're moving. When in reality, it's more important to move than it is to run. That's why I've compared. I'm like, all right, if this motherfucker running on the treadmill hard as they can, and I'm walking 1 footstep at a time, who's going to get further? I am, because I'm walking I'm at least moving forward. They're running and doing all this shit and getting nowhere. And a lot of the times, right, this is one thing I got right early on in my life. It has done nothing but reward me and help benefit the people around me. And that is a plan, a long-term plan. I'm going to give y'all an example, chat. Listen, I came up with this plan when I was 15 years old. I was 15 years old when this was plotted in my head. I'm about to give y'all an example. So not only did I always was into science and stuff like that. So I always would just say stuff like, oh, I wanted to be a surgeon. I wanted to be into like that type of shit, right? But it wasn't until I got to high school to where I was like, okay, this, you can't just say this like on some young boy shit. Like, oh, what do you want to be, an astronaut? What do you want to be? Like, I started really like looking into it, right? So I started looking at salaries, how long it took to get these jobs. And we know with the medical field, it's some years involved, right? So I started looking at the potential problems around. I'm keep in mind, I'm 15. My parents are not walking me through this. My parents are not telling me what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Nobody is putting this in my head. Like, this is on my own thinking. I'm trying to get this in your head right now. And because this shit literally structured everything after that. 15 years old, right? So I said, all right, let's really look at this plan. So let's really look at this plan, right? So I go, first thing I do is I look at the salaries of the career, because I'm like, I don't want to be broke. So I was like, let me make sure this shit is at least worth my time, right? So boom, fast forward. Then, answer the call. Can you focus on what we're talking about? So then, I say, okay, this is how long it's going to take. This is the salaries. Okay, good. What's the potential problems that can come up with this? Debt. A lot of people go to college. A lot of people go into these careers and be living in debt. So then I started doing research. A lot of times they leverage and keep their debt for certain reasons and purposes, but that's a whole different ballgame in and of itself. Like, not paying off your debt immediately. That's a whole different ballgame, a whole different conversation. But, so I was like, what can you do about debt, right? What's ways to get school paid for? At this point, I remember, it was like the universe hit me with something. I was living in this apartment building with my dad at the time, right? And when people would move out or get rid of stuff, it was like a free yard sale every week on the bench of the apartment. We had like some bench in the lobby. And sometimes people would leave random shit. I'm telling y'all, chat, it could be anything. It could be like cans of food. It could be books. It could be, I remember it was like a weighted jump rope down there one time. It could be, y'all get what I'm saying? Like, it could be anything on the bench. Like, people just leave stuff when they move out, right? And I'll never forget, I think I still might have this book, but it probably is at my pop crib. And it was this book on like the medical field. Coincidentally, I'm not even making this up how coincidental this timing was. And I remember I was just like, So I was coming from school one day and then I grabbed the book. Now, I'll never forget when I just randomly was like skimming through it and flipping through it on some bullshit. One of the pages in the book, I lied to you not, I remember this statistic line for line, bar for bar, because of how important this was with my strategy and how it helped my plan. I'm trying to remember this bar for bar. That shit says something like, by 2030 or by 2050, some percentage, maybe let's say it was 50%. It said like by 2030 or something, 50% of the world's population is going to be over the age of 65 or the United States. I forget. It had to do with ages and the percentage of the population. It was like, so basically it was this increasing population, increasing older people, right? And it was like there's a decreasing amount of doctors, like less people are becoming doctors. So it was like, here you are, the population is growing faster than it ever has been. There will be more older people than ever, whatever, etc., right? And there are less people becoming doctors. And it had like the statistics to go with it. And it was like projecting in the future like what it expected it to be, right? Now, me as a motherfucker who thinking ahead, what did I see? I saw supply and demand, right? So and guess what? I ended up being right, bro. I made a guess, which is just obvious, just simple supply and demand, right? Okay, so the supply of doctors is running low, but the demand of them is going to only increase. So what happens in a scenario like this, chat? Let's involve your brains. I could understand this and thought and saw this would happen when I was 15 years old. What do y'all think? What do y'all think my logic went or my conclusion went from that? Prolific Amar, I appreciate the 3 months, man.
Yes, Sirik.
More money paid, more job application. No. Y'all thinking too basically. Higher salary. No. Go back one more. Not just, how can you pay doctors more when people don't even want to become them no matter how much they pay? What do you do? Okay, somebody's getting closer. Medical school prices go down. No. What they would do is, How do we get people to become doctors more, right? So scholarships, funding people to become doctors. That's what it was. Not, oh, bump the salary of doctors up. It's help people become doctors. And guess the fuck what? I was right. Because NYU's medical school had like the, mind you could do this research. I did all this shit. It was like this fucking sponsor they got. Dude donated like such and such $1 million to their medical school and made it like free tuition or something like that. Or free tuition and room and board. Cornell got something where it was like free tuition. For I forget which year or which type of doctor you had to become. Like it obviously was like on some like, okay, you had to become a pediatrician or a geriatrician or like, you know, something like that. Where it's like old people or kids or something like that. But they were incentivizing the process. So they were funding the medical schools. They were funding, you know, people to become doctors because guess what? What they looked at it was, okay, supply is running low, demand is running high. What do? Well, why aren't people trying to become doctors? Because of the debt, the stress. The debt adds on top of the stress. It's already hard as it is. So you know what? We'll take care of the debt. And that's what the bigger schools started to do. And guess what happens? When the bigger schools start to do it, the other schools will follow. The trend was already happening. So I literally predicted this shit. And it was only, bro, I'm telling you, I was in this type of thinking when I'm like, okay, so if it's saying this going to happen by 2030, if I'm going to medical school by 2023 or 2024 or something like that, right? By the time I'm already in motion, this probably was back in 2017. So I'm like, by the time I'm going into motion, it's already they already coming out with more and more. Like the trend is starting to build up. You see what I'm saying? Like they're starting to take it more serious. They're starting to fund these schools more. So that's what I predicted was going to happen. And that's exactly what began to happen. This is a direction. I didn't know how I was going to get the funding. I didn't know what school or where, you know, I was going to go to get it. I didn't know the how or the what it was going to look like. But what I did know is my direction. So what my direction allowed me to do is I said, okay. I put the requirements to get into NYU med school up. I put the requirements to get into Cornell's med school up. And then like that was the standard. My direction gave me a standard, right? So now that I had the standard, I was able to think like, okay, let's work backwards. They want this GPA in college. They want this courses. They want to see this on a resume. And you can go on YouTube and then it'll say some shit like, oh, I got accepted into Cornell. I got accepted to NYU med school. And here's how I did it. So you can do so much research. We got access to all this shit in this time and age. There's no excuse to be a loser. So it's all this shit available out here, right? So I set that as the standard. So now I work backwards from that. I'm like, okay, then what will help me prepare for that? So that's when I was like, all right, I want a high SAT score because it's a help funding for college. I want to take AP classes because I can actually graduate sooner depending on how many credits I get faster, or at least taking an AP class now will prepare me to get a higher GPA once I go to college. It's like that direction is start making you connect the dots. It start making you, make decisions that at least have a direction. Now mind you, I dropped out and I'm taking classes now for a whole different degree. Like I'm not even doing that anymore, but because of that direction, I was able to not only get my tuition paid for with a bonus on top. I at least know 4 of my homies who graduated on a full ride, benefiting from some of the opportunities that got open from doors that I bust open that graduated. And I'm the only one who didn't because I focused on this. I took the entrepreneurship route, and I'm still trying to go back and graduate on a slower pace. But that's because it's a personal goal of mine to just get my degree. But long story short, this direction has benefited me in so other ways. One thing led to another. Even though I'm not even in that school no more, everything add up, chat. I'm trying to tell y'all, you need direction. Like, purpose is everything. All these motherfuckers tell y'all, get on your purpose, get on your purpose. Where's your direction? Where's your goals? And I just gave y'all a clear example. Now, mind you, where did that come from? Behind all that, it wasn't just like, oh, I want to make this big money and all that. What really supported that decision, what my thinking was I sat here and looked back at my life. I said, yo, I grew up in the fucking trenches. I grew up with this. I was around this. I seen that. Why is my life going in this direction and most of my other friends is still on the same shit that we was on growing on to this day. Like, what changed it for me? And my answer for my individual life and my choice, I said influence or leadership, right? So I said, what makes a statement? What can make an impact as an influencer or a leader? And I said, being or achieving a lot coming from where I come from. And to me, that was being a doctor or something of that held some type of status. Even if it was a politician or something. It was just making that mark that was going to have that impact. So that was the fundamental direction that created it all. Next was the plan. Next was the how, the what. After that, but it all came from that purpose, bro. And I'm telling you, that shit changed my life as a man. Till you look forward, just turned 22. I don't even want to talk about some of the shit that I achieved in life, because I don't even like to make this shit about me or my achievements or my personal ego and all that. But I'm trying to tell y'all, I live this shit. This is what this look like. This shit ain't just about, oh, approach that woman so you don't freeze and work on your mouthpiece. So blah, blah. Nigga, my mouthpiece get me in doors that you can't pay for, that you can't bribe into. Because even a part of a bribe is that you got to have a conversation, or something got to come with the money. You know, the money talks. But how you going to market it with it? I'm not talking about bribing. That's not what I'm advocating for here. My point is, y'all got to know life is a game, man. You play it well or you don't. I just joined chat. How do you find your purpose / direction or connect to it? You got to think about your personal life. Like what means something to you. My purpose and my direction came from what was important to me. And to me, it was influence and it was direction. It was influencing people that came from struggle, that came from poverty, that came from circumstances that I came from. Now, I've been able to do that on a larger scale than I predicted, but it came from what I cared about. Somebody might get purpose from taking care of their family. Somebody might get purpose from saving animals, or somebody might get purpose from it could be anything. It could be collecting art. Like, you could get purpose from anything, bro. Like, you really can. It depends what means something to you. And then live for that shit. That's all. That's really summarizing purpose in the most simplest form. Right, let's say you say purpose from worshiping God. So you choose to embody a devout follower of your religion. And you do that to the letter. And you hold yourself accountable. That's another thing too. You have to hold yourself accountable. Look how fried these niggas' brains is. I got a fucking burp and that shit ain't come out. He said porn purpose. Like, what are you talking about? I think the internet, man, it has given us a powerful tool, but it's a dangerous weapon, man. Look, this is where this nigga's brain went. He probably thought that was like a funny joke or something. What did that even mean? Porn purpose. What did that even mean? Is it healthy to have a purpose like learning? What kind of question is that? That's a really pointless question. Is it wrong to focus on getting money? Y'all gotta look at the words y'all use, bro. Like, is it wrong to... Who am I to tell you what's right and wrong? Am I your God? Am I the ultimate judger of your decisions? Is this wrong? Like, why are you asking me this kind of question? Ask better questions, please. Did college help you as a person? College developed me in the ways that I chose to allow it to. Just like anything in life. Nothing can make you... Nothing... I need to say this with clarity. Nothing can make you. You only benefit from any experience, whatever way you choose to. I could have the experience of seeing my parents addicted to drugs. Two people can have that experience. One of them starts doing it. One of them says, I'm never touching it. Nothing can make you. I think y'all need to realize, like, your life is literally in your hands. Nothing can make you. Two people could be in the military and they say, man, they had us getting up every day, 6 in the morning, doing 100 push-ups. And then one person leaves the military, throws all the habits away. One person leaves the military and maintains their physical health and their discipline. Because they chose to keep the habits. They chose to hold themselves accountable. They chose to incorporate, like, You choose what you choose to do is how you develop yourself as a person, bro. It's that simple. So when I say college developed me in all the ways that I wanted it to, I wanted to learn more about my field that I was getting into. I wanted to prepare me and qualify me and set me up to get into, medical school programs and internships, and that's what I did. I wanted to go to school for free, and that's what I did. I wanted to learn and soak up as much as I could, and that's what I did. I had very personal relationships with all my professors. Even to this point, dog, I'm getting independent studies with professors because I have these relationships with them. Because they'll do a course where I'm the only student. Do you understand? And they don't even get paid much for them, so it ain't even about the money. Because I done got under their wing like they're my mentors or something. And I was preparing. I was networking heavy in college, building relationships, positioning myself. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. When you a motherfucker that got a vision, a purpose, direction, and you take advantage of opportunities, boy, it ain't nothing that's gonna stop you. Ain't nothing that can stop you. I'm a God, Trey. I appreciate the 13 months, my G 6-month streak. Took a lot from my person who like to speak, moves around, and she does. Exactly. That's how you gotta think. That's how you gotta see it. And that's what you gotta stand on. What if I want to learn everything about everything? That's what I do. What are you saying? Some advice I got from an OG was, learn anything and everything all the time. You never know when it'll benefit you. How to deal with doubters, especially from close friends and family members when chasing your purpose. In my position, entrepreneurship. Okay. You want the simple answer or you want the advanced answer? Okay, you said advanced. I'll give you both. The simple answer, somebody would say, if I just wanted to just not fry your brain, I would just simply say, bro, chase your goals, lock in. Who cares what they say, man? That's the simple answer. The advanced answer is I would find out why these people are doubting me, dissect their doubts, study the reason that they doubt me, and use it to my advantage in my planning and preparation to be successful. That's the advanced answer. So if they doubt me because, I'll give you examples. I was trying to drop out and then do the content stuff. Everybody who doubted me, you can call my father. My dad, listen, I had you don't know how many family members and people I debated with this shit. And guess what? None of them could beat me in the debates. My reasoning, my logic, my plan was so impeccable that every time somebody would call him and try to talk to him to talk to me and no, don't let him do it, blah, blah, blah. And he would let me 1v1 them on the phone, I would clean them up every time. And these would be some educated people. One of the women, she was a lawyer. One of them, these are some very educated people who was trying to reason or do this, experienced people, very well off in their career, etc. And every time I spoke to a new person who challenged my plan, it gave me a new solution. Because doubt didn't register to me on a level of self-esteem. Doubt registered to me on a level of strategy. People doubt things they don't believe in, and they don't believe in things that they don't know will work out. So I go to the level of, why don't they know this will work out? Or why do they think it won't? And then I figure out, I get to that root and I tell them why it will, or I show why it will, or I plan and prepare why it will. And guess what? The proof will be in the pudding, man. And guess what? It's in my pudding. You're smart. I'm telling you, I live this shit, bro. I don't know about all these motherfuckers that put all this, bro. I live this shit, my nigga, on every level. And at the end of the day, you thought I'm gonna just say some shit like, "Oh, somebody doubt you, bro. Fuck them. They don't need to believe in you." No, you know what? If you said fuck you to everybody that doubts you, what you're doing is, then we could get really advanced. Y'all wanna get really advanced? Y'all wanna get really advanced? We could even take it a step further. Let's get really advanced. Anytime you say fuck you to somebody that doubts you or doesn't believe in you or criticizes you or talks down on you, what you do is you close the window of learning. Meaning, if my family you shouldn't do this, right? I closed the window of learning. I just explained to y'all how y'all can use doubt and turn it into your plan, right? And turn it into your strategy. If I say fuck you or I stop listening to somebody, they will eventually stop talking. I need their fear. I need their doubt. It will help me see things that I can't see because I believe in myself too much or I'm too focused on my goal. They will help me see a potential flaw or error that I didn't see. And once I see it and I patch up the hole or I tighten up my plan or I tweak it to make it better, they just help me see a blind spot because of their fear and their doubt. Now, once I solve that blind spot, like I said, I tighten up my plan so it has no holes where they think it's a hole. I keep getting better. And I say you close that window because if you stop listening and you keep saying them, they're going to eventually say, oh, he's hard-headed, he's arrogant, he don't listen to nobody. So people will stop bringing you information. Come on, man. Y'all, nigga, I have sight beyond sight. Do y'all understand how I think and why I'm successful in this shit? And anything it touched, we can go back to the academics. Selling Select Bio in the honors college, getting paid to go to school. Not full ride, but money on top. And I can position others to get this as well. Talk to a motherfucker that really lives life, bro. Medusa baby, I appreciate the 14 months. Level 3 mental complexity. So if you've seen the Allegory Cave video, you know what I'm talking about. And that was an example of that. What if their advice is wrong or you already plan for it? What do you mean wrong? What advice is wrong? They're not giving you advice. They're telling you you shouldn't do something. And I'm telling you, find out why they think you shouldn't. Calculate that and beat it. For example, you shouldn't drop out of school for content because content creators get hot for 1 year and then they fall off. Or fast money leaves just as fast and school is secure. A degree is secure. Also, what made it worse for me, nigga, I had an impeccable GPA. I'm in the honors college and I get paid to go to school. Lethal Sex, I appreciate the 7 months. My degree was paid for. There was no, I'm actually throwing a lot away. So all these things on my shit, right? All these things in my corner of why I shouldn't focus on this, which was at the time more volatile. Like I went from making $500 2 months, and then 2 months later, I was already pulling $10K a month. And that type of increase and that type of jump is very volatile. Like you don't know where, it's unpredictable. It's all these factors that make it risky, right? And people looking on the outside in school, secure, you already got this lined up. Mind you, I had a University of Pennsylvania internship for Alzheimer's research. Alzheimer's research. Y'all probably don't even know what the disease that is. It's a brain disease. And I was trying to be a neurosurgeon. This shit was my ducks was lining up so I threw all that away and put my chips to the edge of the table. Because every time somebody doubted me and had some advice or criticism or doubt for the plan, right? I used it to my advantage. Okay, content creators get hot and then they fall off in a year, or fast money leave just as fast as it came. I prepared a plan for every single one of the doubts. And guess what? Where am I? Making 3, 4, 5 times as much as I was making back then when the doubt was there, which I also calculated and prepared to do. At least 6 times as big as I was back then, which I calculated and prepared to do. Consistent on different platforms, which I calculated and prepared to do. Even amongst a break, even amongst going back to school and posting 1 video a month. It's not luck. I used everything that was on the table as a tool. Motivation is the weakest thing you can give me. No, give me some doubt, give me some doubt, criticism, give me some hesitation. Tell me you don't believe in me and tell me why I shouldn't do something. That's the shit I can learn from. I can't learn from motivation. Motivation can teach me nothing. It just makes me feel better. Come on, man. Participating, glad to talk to you, professor. I'm not trying to mean between you niggas, but what's trying to slow. We all slow, man. That's why we get smarter every day. Doubters would literally motivate me to not want to do what I want to do. Yeah, bro. Do y'all want to swim or do y'all want to drown? I should say that at the end of my statement. Do y'all want to swim or do y'all want to drown? I'm fit for many things, but don't have a specific preference or desire to do them. Well, you aren't listening to yourself, because I'm gonna tell you something. You are telling yourself to do certain things. I'm gonna give you a random one for me. I always wanted to play a guitar, even when I was a kid. The thought was just lingering. No matter how older I got, how many years went by, I had other goals and plans. It always was in my head, the back of my head. It's all, you're not listening to yourself. You know what you want to do, or you know what you want to try, or whatever. Was freedom part of your plan at any point in time? What freedom? What freedom are you talking about? Ty just got straight up obsession. Yeah, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Let's talk about it. Damn, I gotta stretch my knees, bro. Y'all don't even dig. Y'all don't even dig. You could call it obsession, but the way I see it, chat, it's like we get one life, right? So, if my life can make a difference on other people's lives and make some type of stamp in history, if being more out of myself can make a difference, why not? And at the end of the day, I don't have a fear of failure. I don't have a fear of rejection. I don't have a fear of losing. So there's nothing that can stop me. I want to lose. I want to fail. There's nothing that can stop me. That's the only shit that really stops people. Shame, embarrassment, failure, rejection, doubt. There's nothing that can stop me. I've made friends with my enemies. Everything that somebody would say is bad for you, I've made friends with. Doubt, embarrassment. If I'm embarrassed, that tells me I'm doing something new. That tells me I'm doing something I know I'm probably not good at, and it's embarrassing. That's a friend of mine. You know why it's a friend of mine? Because it tells me I'm doing something new. Shit, I'm trying something new. I'm learning. So embarrassment is a good feeling for me. Oh, but you afraid to be embarrassed. We don't think the same. Where else we want to go with this? Rejection and failure. Rejection tells me that I attempted to do something. So I care more about consistently trying to do things more than I even care about how successful I am at doing them. Because I'm all about consistency. The result can change. The result, what the fuck? Somebody hit one. All it takes is really one time to get super successful. All it takes is one opportunity. Fuck, I care about rejection here, and here. All it take. And shit, if I get married, it would take one woman. If you really want to make up stuff, right? Put this shit into perspective. Only takes one time. Now, once your foot in the door, that's when you capitalize with your habits, with your structure and shit like that. How to differentiate toxic criticism and constructive criticism. Why would I waste my time differentiating the two? Just weak, man. Answer my question. Why would I waste the time differentiating the two? The thing with rejection for most people is I don't even want to know how most people think, because I'm not trying to be like most people. I'm trying to be like me. I'm trying to break away from most people and separate myself. So I can't even rationalize how most people think. So I'm going to stop reading your sayings, because I don't even want to put that thought in my head. I mean, we got losers like instead of refusing kids. I mean, you could call Aiden a loser for being a troll, but how many men have made his level of money? How many men have influenced as many lives of people that they have? Regardless of what that influence is. To try to call him a loser for being a troll is just, you cannot take away from his success. And he can always change his influence. He can always change how he presents himself. He can always decide to turn that into something good. People have done that. So you think too small. You think very judgmental. And that was a very weak thought of yours. I had to call that shit out. Which person, if any, would you say helped develop in the growth mindset? Me the most. Because guess what? It doesn't matter what advice I got. It wouldn't even have mattered. A lot of times, bro, you could be born into a rich family. You could have all this shit. But if you lazy, if you don't really get the vision, if you don't apply yourself, then nobody can make you anything. That's what y'all got to understand, bro. I'm my best influence on me developing a growth mindset, because every time I threw myself back in the fire after losing, failing, getting rejected, missing an opportunity, falling down, I got back up. Every time I went back hard, 10 times harder, and went for it. I'm my best influence on a growth mindset because I've showed myself my growth against all odds. Something you develop in your character called tenacity. Please don't ignore it. I started focusing on myself last year, February, hoping to stop focusing on girls a lot, improve my social skills, and just don't fold to these girls and don't be respected more through my actions. It's been 16 months, no pussy since then. Why'd you say don't ignore that? Why y'all blame women for everything? Y'all know how many women have helped me and supported me on my path and my success? Why do y'all make it like why do you make it like women are your downfall? Do you not have any sexual discipline? What? Like, do y'all even see this? You wasting tools. You wasting life's tools, bro. Gifts. And I'm not saying just take advantage of anything and everybody, because obviously you provide some type of benefit. And a lot of times people will allow you to take advantage of them if they with you. Like, so it's not really you taking advantage of them. They're just doing it because they respect you. They know you're the type of person who takes advantage of opportunities. So they'll give you more opportunities. They like you, so they may help you out and support. This is what people do with people they care for. I look out for people I care for and like. It's just how life works. You trying to make it seem like it's the ultimate flex. Like, I ain't had no pussy for 16 months. I cut all women off. And brother, if you actually mess with some quality woman, she would actually amplify anything that you're already doing. I've had women give me jobs. I've had women, it's an open interview at this store at blah blah blah. Hey, we got a test coming up. I know you missed class today. Here's the notes. Here's the picture of this. Oh, I know you didn't buy the textbook. You can borrow mine. Oh, we taking the test together. We're studying this Thursday. If you want to come. Oh, the teacher said, like, dog, women, what? Don't you know the difference in numbers between men and women in the medical field, or like not just the medical field in general, but pre-med and all that? I was like, women, what? Why do y'all hate women? I don't get it, bro. Please help me out. 17 years old and trying to heal from damage caused by social problems at school. You got any advice? What is the damage? Can you get specific? Should we just do calls, chat? Y'all want to just jump into calls? Women have been very helpful and supportive. One of the smartest professors I've ever had in my life was a great woman. I think she might have been an Amish woman. I don't know what, or Jewish or something. She had like this long braid. I'm telling you, this braid was long as fuck. She was super old, smart, one of the smartest. She used to teach at Princeton and Berkeley. And then she was actually helping with the honors college at my university, right? So she had all this experience, knew all these people. One of the most smartest, sharpest motherfuckers I ever met in my life, bro. In my life, like sharp as I don't know what. Like, this lady do not fuck around, bro. Like, probably lights her bedroom up with a candle or some shit. Like she don't know. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. She's locked into her grind and her craft. A lot of times, in universities, professors will use the textbook, which is the standard for that subject. She made her own textbook for her course. Just one of the many things that this lady has done. Go to school. I don't know, but she like I don't want to get it wrong. But she was definitely like, I only said it to say like she was very like introverted. Like she had a very introverted vibe to her. Very quiet, very soft spoken. But guess what? When she spoke, you was here with it. Cause she was not playing around, bro. She was not around. And she was intellectually not to be with. Like, I'm trying to tell you, when you think you hot shit, I love moments like this in my life. When you think you somebody, and then you meet a demon, you be like, yo, the bar is high as hell, bro. You need moments you need humbling moments. You need to meet motherfuckers that say like, yo, like, I thought I was doing something. Cause you might get used to being unique. You might get used to being like in your own world and all that. And then you see like, no, this right here, yeah. This what a demon look like. And then you got two choices with that. You either up your game or you like bow your head. So fortunately, I took advantage of that shit and decided to up my game and take it like, but yo, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, when you think you hot shit, you meet a motherfucker like, yeah. Break this down. It's like Jake Paul won the argument and made Deji look like a dumbass without saying much. Less is more. Yeah, because y'all are used to saying nothing. So if I say 5 sentences that have meaning, your 20 that mean nothing still mean nothing. Cooking, let's see.
What am I?
Horny.
White
Passing.
passing.
34 years old.
What?
What am I?
Horny.
White
Facts, bro.
Passing.
34 years old. College, big brain, time.
This video like 3 minutes long.
Is that it? It just feels like I'm more than all that.
Okay, you're none of those
I
things.
knew it.
You're the belief that you're all of those things.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're just a bunch of beliefs riding around in a human mind.
But I guess it wouldn't be a human mind,
Since being human is just another belief you have.
but I have a body.
No, you're the belief that you have a body. You can't even be sure the body exists. Okay.
Maybe dumb it down a bit for him.
Imagine a belief having a shape and texture. Everything you believe melds together to form one blob of beliefs. I'm the blob?
Yes.
All people are blobs of belief that live in their mind.
Would that mean that I die every time my beliefs change?
A part of you does. That's why you try so hard to defend your belief.
The awareness.
As if it's a matter of life and
Ultimately,
death.
the
Because
awareness.
it is. But how does a belief die? Typical cause of death is a logical argument, a transformative experience, or a really funny meme. That means that anything that looks like a rational
I like
debate
this video.
is actually a way to murder each other. That's right. So right now, if you convince me to believe that I am nothing but a blob of beliefs, I'm going to die. A part of you will, yeah. But as long as I don't believe you, I can't be wounded. But you're already bleeding.
What?
The part of you which cannot take control over itself or is not aware of the fact that you're always choosing who you are. I just dropped a video on Patreon that talked about some shit like this.
Undeniable power of my logic has been slowly killing you since we started this conversation. You're a monster. Well, soon you'll die and be reborn as me. And then we can be monsters together. Is it going to hurt believing something new? I mean, becoming you? A little. Oh, God, it burns!
That's why people don't like change, because it just feels like death in a sense. Like they won't be who they are. They don't know what's to come. I like this video.
Good job, boys. We put out another fire. But we can't let that happen again. If he figures out who he is, then we'll be... What's happening? What's going on? Wait, I'm not my belief. I'm awareness itself. No, you're supposed to be dead. I did die. But
I knew exactly where this was going.
It wasn't me who died. It was the idea of me. No, it was one of you. What are you saying? I'm not just a war of thoughts in my mind. I'm what they're warring over. I'm not the soldiers. I'm the land they're dying on. Not my experiences, but what contains them. You're crazy. The whole time I thought the voice in my head was me. But it's you. It's all of you. You all are my beliefs, speaking to each other. And I'm just eavesdropping on you. Who do you think is talking to me right now? Don't tell me you never noticed that we all sound the same. All of us are you. Yeah, idiot. Who you calling an idiot? Him. But he's me. Stop being an asshole. You're just jealous. Nobody likes you. God, I envy people who don't know you. But I'm you. This isn't my voice. No, I'm not speaking. I'm the room this conversation is taking place in. You can't know that for sure until you let us go. But you won't do that because you need us. I don't. You're nothing without us. We define you. You can't know who you are without us. But I can't be myself if I keep trying to know myself. As long as I believe I am what you say I am, I can't be anything else. I can feel new thoughts, new emotions, new beliefs waiting to get inside of me. I've gotta let you go. But we're protecting you. You're protecting yourself. You'll die without us. I can't keep suffering to keep you alive. You're heartless. Nobody loves you. Unprofessional. Coward. You're getting older. What about making your parents proud? People look up to you. You're gonna end up alone. No. I'm not my thoughts. My fears are just illusions. My identities are just costumes. My whole sense of self is just... ego.
He put that together masterfully. 10 out of 10 video right there. Only reason I knew where that video was going because I learned a lot about that through a person named Ramdas, or however you pronounce it. And it went into, it's just a whole bunch of shit. And it was Zen Buddhism and stuff like that. So just the awareness, the soul, the ego, everything all connected.
You're an extraordinary human being if you have emerged out of that pool of despair. It's disparaging to have to feel like you are nothing if you don't bring something to this table in the culture of relationships.
Sad. Nah, Chad, just keep becoming high value, right? Jarrell Giraffe, I appreciate the gifted sub, baby. No, just keep becoming high value. Ain't that the method or something? She's not supposed to complete you because if she leaves, you're only half a man. Come on now. Keep talking. Small trick to stay in flow state all day. How to shift your focus.
Notice throughout your day
Skip to 50 seconds. Why would we skip to 50? Let's just hear him out. Let him cook.
how your mood and your overall sense of flow changes. When I say sense of flow, I mean the feeling that you are at the right place at the right time. And if you felt this on multiple
I'll figure it out
occasions,
later.
you know what I'm talking about. And it's this feeling of complete oneness with your task. You're happy that you're doing it. You know it has a purpose. And you know it's good for you. You know it's good for your path and for what you're doing in life. And so, if you know that feeling, then I advise you to pay attention to when you feel it and when you don't, and when you stop to feel it and when you begin to feel it. Through this, you can recognize things you do that throw you out of flow, things that aren't congruent with your soul,
Yes.
your path, and what you actually want in life. Pay attention to how when you're in your morning, you're having a great morning. Imagine you're having a great morning, you're doing all the things, in your heart you want to do, whatever ritual. Maybe it's not even a ritual, maybe your mornings are more intuitive. Whatever you're doing in the morning when you say it's a perfect morning, it's a beautiful morning, and you're up for the day. And then you go about your day. You have many options in your day, in your life. Then you go, for example, through your phone, stay on your phone for 2 hours. On Instagram, watching reels about things you don't really care about, but they distract you. Notice how, it's an extreme example, of course. You've been in flow in the morning.
I don't know. Is that extreme for some of y'all being on your phone for 2 hours straight? I don't think that's extreme for some of y'all, bro.
Let's say you like reading books, you've read a book,
Let me check some.
read some pages, you've had some nice tea, and then directly afterwards, you're dragged into your phone for 2 hours. The feeling, to me, would be feeling out of flow when taking my phone in my hand and just watching bullshit. And that change, on a micro level, you should look for in your day.
No,
Whether
I'm
positive or
telling you, I
negative.
really do. Like 2
That
straight. It's
feeling
crazy.
When you're in the right place at the right time, yes, recognize that. When you're doing the things you really, really, really want to do, work on the things you want to work on. But then also notice how that can go away when you do something you don't want to really do in the day.
I think really the gist of what he had to say was really cooked in that first 1 minute. Recognizing like, yo, when I'm just banging out my tasks, when I'm locked in and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, notice this. This is how you start maintaining your flow. Because really what you can call that is momentum. It really is a momentum with this shit, chat. And the moment you let something f*** your momentum up, find out what it is and start preventing that now. You can't get it back. You can't change it now. I'll time machine and go back. But you can prevent that. For example, you notice, all right, when I start scrolling on my phone for longer than 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and 30 minutes and all that, it f***s me up. But if instead what you did, my screen time right now is 14 hours? 14? What the f***? How much y'all think mine is this week? I've been doing much better. I've been actually changing this a lot lately. And it's been working wonders on my life. Anytime I check my phone, it's for a purpose, or do something, it's for a purpose. How much y'all actually think? 2 hours, somebody gets real close. 3 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours on mine, 6, 8, 4 to 5, 10 hours. Guess what, buddy? And I'm changing. I'm making sure it's getting better every week. Screen time on 10 hours because I edit on my phone, but if not, it'd be like 4 hours. Yeah, I mean, like if I'm using this computer, probably doing something video related, content related, you know what I'm saying? And even when I am on my phone using something, I'm starting to make sure like, all right, if I'm eating and I'm watching something, even that 2 hours is pivotal. Like that 2 hour may seem low, but that 2 hours is what I used it for. I might be eating and watching the motherfucker play the guitar. I might be at the gym and listening to a podcast or, playing music or something. Like I really made sure, like, chat, when you really think about it, why do you need to check your phone? Outside of responding to somebody, bro. Outside of responding to your text message, bro. Why did you open Instagram and start scrolling through stories? Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to go to Twitter and scroll? Why do you need to open TikTok? Like, you don't, bro. Half the time, you don't even be looking for something. Only recently like I said, now I've been doing targeted body areas when I go to the gym. I've been going to the gym and searching up TikTok videos for certain parts of the body, shoulder workouts, and downloading those videos. And I downloaded them so I don't have to keep going back to the app. Like, you really think about that shit, bro, you do not need to go to your phone for the half the time that you do. Really, 90% of the time,